Yo, Kipis Guy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I am bringing you a video I am super excited for. Questyle has reached out to me a couple days ago, or maybe a week ago, and sent out to me their new NHB12 MFI. This is the first ever made for iPhone true lossless audio earphone. I am super excited for this because this holds what may be the best sound quality that you can ask for, and this is the first earphone in the world to have the certification. So you have to have an iPhone, iPad, something Apple made to be able to utilize these, because it does have a lightning port at the bottom. Now we'll talk about that because that may present an issue in the near future. But these are true lossless earphones, world's first, that I am very excited to open because it has a DAC and amplifier built into it and everything. But what I want to do is show you the unboxing, because this packaging is top notch. What do you guys think of that unboxing? I like it so much that I don't even want to take it out of the packaging because it looks so good. I do like the little quote that they have here. It says, "Where words leave off, music begins." If you guys haven't figured out watching my channel, I am an absolute music lover. It is life or death for me when it comes to music. So having a quote like that is a really nice touch. And at the bottom it says "never heard before." And it does have, I guess this is Japanese. Correct me, I'll put it on the screen here. I don't know if it's Japanese, Chinese, let me know. But love the packaging nonetheless. So let me get it opened up because I do want to get everything out of the box. I'm going to put this down so that I don't drop anything. So let's talk about the accessories first, and then I will pull out the headphones. So you have a wallet styled kind of carrying case here, and it clips on with, oh, what we got here? Oh, just a little filler. So you have a carrying case here made out of full leather that you can tuck those headphones in, wrap them up, put them in there, keep them protected. It's about the size of a wallet, so you're probably going to want to put this probably not in your pocket because you probably have your wallet if you're a male. If you're a female, throw it in your purse, it's fine. Put them in a glove box when you're not using them. It's a pretty thick case, which is good, so if you do drop them or they're banging around inside of your bag or something, they should be pretty well protected. So I like that. That's a really nice added touch there. I'll bring the box over to you guys. We have different earbud tips. My ears are very picky to the size. By default, it has the small tips inside of the earphones right now, but depending on earlobe size or ear opening size, you have that extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. So you should be able to find the right size for you. And then inside here is some literature where, of course, you can learn a little bit about it, set it up, get things going. That's what this is going to be for. We'll open that up just to see what it is. And then underneath it, you do have a 3.5 millimeter earphone cable. So let me get this out and unravel this. So if you are going to be using this with other products that are not Apple, you can still use this. You can see that it's a detachable style cable, so you can, if I can get this to focus up here, you can, let me drop this stuff down here. You can actually detach the cable from the earphones themselves and plug them in to the earphones. If you want to use this with like a laptop, a phone that's not iPhone, or maybe you want to use this with a USB Type-C cable, you can plug it in directly to the iPhone. You won't get the true lossless sound if you do it this way, but at least you can use these with other devices. So that is a very nice touch. All right, for the earphones themselves, man, I really just don't want to open it because they did so well with the packaging. It just looks so good. But let's unwind these, get this around here. They did such a good job with packaging these so that they don't get damaged in transit. So the good job on that. Let me pull these free. Oh, these are so high quality. While we're talking about high quality, you can soon, after the Kickstarter is over, you can purchase them for $2.99, which I think is going to be a really good price if the performance is up to standards. But $2.99 is, again, on a Kickstarter. There'll be a link down below to these headphones so you guys can see them yourselves. But just holding on to these headphones, I don't think I've ever held an earphone with this much quality. There's a really good weight to these. The cord is really long, probably 4 feet or just around there. The ear tips look good. It's kind of like a chrome finish around it, but it feels really good in the hand. So there is a reassurance of quality. Now, like I said, you have that lightning cable there on the backside by default. So this is made for iPhones, iPads, MacBooks, things like that. But if you are going to be using something different or you don't have an iPhone, you can disconnect these tips and plug in the other cable so that you can use them for other devices. So that's a nice touch as well. So I guess what we need to do, I don't actually own an iPhone myself, but I do have somebody who does. So I'm going to be borrowing her iPhone, and we're going to listen to some audio off camera. I'm going to come back in and tell you guys exactly how I feel with these headphones. Even though they sent them to me, I get to make my own opinion about this. That's how I like to do it. So let me get a good listen session in, and we'll come back and talk about the sound quality of these. Can you hear? Is it loud? Hold on. Can you really hear it?
I hear the beat, but right now I like the Usher song. I couldn't make out the song and hear.
Because you can hear like the words or anything.
I heard the words on the Usher song.
All right, guys. So I've listened to a couple songs that I'm familiar with. So on the earphone itself, this is your DAC and amp, and this is what's going to give you that Apple lossless file, that Apple lossless sound. That's why you want to pair it with an Apple product like a newer iPhone, a newer iPad, a MacBook, some of the other iPads and things you can buy. This, on the other hand, will work with, it has like an indicator on it actually. It detects when you're listening to lossless music, it detects when there's audio coming through it, period. So it'll actually light up for you when there's sound coming through, and it lights up differently depending on what quality of sound you're listening to. So that's a pretty cool touch. But this is an amplifier and DAC inside, and this makes a huge difference in headphones. This is really loud. This is probably the loudest in-ear headphones that I've listened to. So that's really impressive. I'm using a different ear tip than what they provide you. Like I told you guys earlier, my ears are super picky with what actually stays in. So I'm actually using Beats headphones tips to stay in, and they do a really good job of staying in my ears. The other ones do too, but after moving a little bit, they do fall out. So, but that's just a characteristic of my head, not, maybe not everybody else's. But let's talk about the sound quality, because I found this to be pretty interesting. I was listening to Apple lossless music. I am using an iPhone here, and it sounds really, really, really good. I'm super impressed. Let me take it out of my ear because I sound muffled. This has really impressed me with the sound quality of these headphones. I haven't heard anything like it. I'll tell you that right now. At least not in the headphone world. I haven't heard anything quite like this. Not only does it get very loud with the amp that's inside here, the DAC as well, the digital analog converter, it sounds really good. The bass is super balanced. It's definitely there. You definitely hear it and feel it. And then the mid bass is there too, but the vocals is what really surprised me too, because usually when you have a lot of bass, you kind of suffer in like the vocals range area. It's kind of hard to hear the words when you have a lot of bass in a headphone, but the balance on these is actually really good. It definitely sounds a lot better than a $300 headphone you would think. Although I do think it's more expensive on the expensive side, but what you get out of this is great. The build quality is excellent. The DAC and amp inside is awesome. I do understand that it only really works with iPhones, but I think 90% of the population has an iPhone, so it makes sense to have the MFI certification. But it does have that 3.5mm headphone jack so that you can swap these out and use them with an Android phone or plug them up to a PC, a tablet, whatever, and still utilize maybe 80% of the sound quality that comes out of these things. So you definitely get all of your money's worth if you have an iPhone or an Apple device, so that you can utilize the MFI certification, utilize that lossless audio. It is incredible. I loved listening to them for the short period that I did just now for the video. It does sound really, really good. A lot of my complaints with in-ear headphones is that they don't really get very loud, and they don't really seal the world away from you, but these do seal off the world pretty well. So when you put them in, it pretty much cancels everything out, and it's just you and the music you're listening to, and that's a huge plus. And then usually my biggest complaint is they don't get very loud, but these definitely get pretty loud. I have to turn them down a little bit, which I usually don't have to do on any headphone. I do have somebody in the room with me, and I asked her, can you hear the music and kind of tell what I'm listening to? And we're about, I don't know, maybe less than 2 feet apart from each other. And she said that she can hear a little bit of the beat, but can't really make out the words. And depending on the beat, she may be able to detect the song that I'm listening to, but for the most part, she can't really tell what I'm listening to. And that just means that all the sound pretty much stays in your ear. So the tips are pretty good at keeping the world away from you and keeping you away from the world. So if you're listening to this with people around you, like a plane, an airport, whatever, you'll be away from everybody else. You won't distract anybody else with the volume level. So these are 5 stars out of 5. And remember, there's a link down below. This is a Kickstarter. This is not yet released, but you can join the Kickstarter, which I'll link you guys to in the description down below, where you can pick up some of these yourself before it releases. So go ahead and hit that link and take a look into them. They have a whole spec sheet of everything about these headphones, a little bit more about them as a company. And I must say thank you so much to Questyle for sending these out to me for review. I highly recommend these headphones. I don't think that there's much out there around the $300 price tag that's going to be better than these. So definitely keep these in consideration. Go to their website, read a little bit about it, get to know them a little bit more, because these are phenomenal headphones. I think once they fully release, I think we have something on our hands. In the beginning of the video, I said I had a little issue with the lightning cable. I didn't realize that they brought you another cable to listen to. I thought you were stuck with the lightning cable, which means it would literally only work with Apple products, but luckily they do this in the box as well. The only problem with this is that there's no DAC or amplifier on this, so there is a degradation of audio quality if you use this compared to this. So if you have an iPhone, jump on it. If you have the 3.5mm option, I still think it's going to be a better headphone than a lot of other headphones, but you won't get to utilize the full lossless audio unless you have an Apple product. So again, thank you so much, Questyle, for sending this out for review. Hit the like button, hit the link below, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. KP Sky out. Peace.